everyone, it's Angel. Welcome to the first makeup monthly of year 2020. If you're new and don't know what my makeup monthly is about, it's where I switch out the contents of my makeup bag and put products in there to focus on using for a month. And when I've done these in the past, I've just shown you guys the products, like this is the foundation that I focused on using this month, and this is what I thought about it, and then did a shop my stash type of a thing where I go through all of my products and then pick out the products that I'm gonna use for next month. I think this year I'm gonna do this at the end of each month. So these are all the products that I focused on using in the month of January, and then I'm gonna do it get ready with me style. I did a makeup inventory. I will have it linked down below. So you guys kind of already know everything that is in my makeup stash, and you know that it's really not that much. And I'm also doing a no-buy this year, so there's really not gonna be too many new things. I'm only allowing myself to buy replacement of things as they run out, so I don't foresee very many new things coming into my collection. So I think doing the shop my stash can get old pretty quickly. Let's go ahead and get started. I feel like that was a long intro, but I feel like I needed to explain that to you guys because this is something that I have done before in my channel, but I'm doing it a little bit different this year. I will have all of the products that I'm using today linked down below. This is not a sponsored video. All of these products I bought with my own hard-earned cash. So let's go ahead and get started. The first thing that I have here is the Referral Coconut Lip Balm. I just like to apply this before I put on makeup, so that way my lips can get soft and not so dry before I put on my lipstick. Do you guys have this? Like, look at the shape of mine. It has like that concave shape because that's just how I like to apply it. I mean, that's kind of like you know, different from the everyday round lip balm. So I'm also making macaroni and cheese for my youngest, so you're gonna hear a timer go off here in about 6 minutes. And then the next step, I'm going to use this Alima Pure Eye Primer. I really like this. Okay, so here's something that I was really excited about. Do you remember the 100% pure eye cream, the coffee bean eye cream? It comes in a 1 ounce tube and it has like the shelf life of 6 months. I've always said they need to put this in a smaller tube, not give us a whole 1 ounce, because there is no way that you can finish it in such a short amount of time. And I know we don't all follow the 6-month rule, but I know some people do. So this is, this one does have a 6-month shelf life, but it comes in like a 7 ml tube. This thing is tiny. I don't know if you can see the writing. There you go. It's tiny, and I really appreciate that because you really don't need very much of this. Just like that is how much I use. And I don't only use this on my eyelids, but I also use it on my under eyes. I saw Wendy from My Life Wendy share this tip where if you put eye primer on your under eyes, it'll make your concealer last a little bit longer. And I like this because it does prolong the wear of my eyeshadow, which I really appreciate. I have hooded eyes, as you can see, and anything that I put on there, I don't find that it's very oily. I do have oily T-zone, but my eyelids and like my eye area is not really very oily, but it still creases, and I like that this prolongs the wear of my eyeshadows. And then the foundation that I wore this month is the Vapour Atmosphere Soft Focus Foundation. They have reformulated and repackaged this. So this is the old formula in the glass bottle. I'm in the shade S125. And I just like to put about, not a whole pump, because a whole pump doesn't fit on my fingertip. So I'll just do like half a pump at a time and then dot it around my face. And this feels really oily, and it has a very luminous finish. So I just dot that around my face. I focus first on the center of the face, and then I like to use a damp beauty blender to blend it in. So there's about 1 whole pump for the center of my face, and then I'm going to do that again and then focus these on the perimeter of my face. If you want a more full coverage with this foundation, use your fingers or even a brush. I also like using the Real Techniques Expert Face Brush, but it covers enough for my liking. Like, it covers a lot of my redness, and it looks very skin-like. It just blends the product into the skin really well. So that's the coverage that I achieve with that using the Real Techniques sponge, and I really like it. There's my timer, so I'll be back. All right, got the macaroni and cheese made for the baby. Moving on to concealer, I'm using the Elate Cream Revealer, and this is the brush that I like to use to apply that. I picked up a little too much. And I like to apply this cream concealer with this fluffy brush. This is the BH Cosmetics number 4 brush, but it's very it's not very stiff. I don't know what it's supposed to be for, but I really like it for applying that cream concealer. And then just make sure to stipple it on instead of swiping so you don't get brush strokes. And I really like it. And then to set that, because I do have to set that concealer, I'm using the Well People BioBrightener powder. Just tap about that much onto the cap. And then I'm using the e.l.f. small tapered brush. e.l.f. small tapered brush. Just like so. And then set my under eye. And then although that foundation has a very dewy finish and I have oily skin, this is my preferred type of finish on a foundation. So I'm not gonna set it. I don't find it to slide around on my face. Honestly, whenever I hear oily skinned individuals talk about how their makeup is sliding around on their face, I'm like, what are you talking about? Because I don't experience that. And I've told you guys that before. I hate the look of matte skin on me. I feel like it accentuates all of my fine lines. So the dewier, the better. Now, if I do get overly dewy throughout the day, then I would just blot the excess sebum that I produce with a blotting paper. So that's how I like to do it. So let's bronze up. I use the Solar Translucent bronzer in the shade Spicy. This is also by Vapour and their old formula, and they discontinued this shade. They only have Simmer now, which is way lighter shade than this. This is like a chocolate brown bronzer, and I love this one. But I tried Simmer whenever I first purchased this. I tried Simmer and it just kind of looked like I had any bronzer on whenever I applied it. So I'm also going to use the Real Techniques what is this called? Sponge. And then apply it that way. And applying it this way with the wet sponge, it just looks airbrushed. Like I don't see where the bronzer starts and ends, you know? So it's just like I said, an airbrushed look. There's my attempt at contouring my nose, just a little bit. Whatever's left on the sponge. I don't think it even deposited much pigments there, but there it is. All right, now we're done with the bronzer. I really didn't wear too much highlighter because, as you can see, I look very dewy and glowy already. It is making my skin a little bit more glowy on the viewfinder. I don't feel like it's that intense in person. So let's go ahead and move on to blush. I love Clove and Hallow HydraTint in the shade Blossom. That's what it looks like. If you are not familiar, it has a nail polish-like applicator. So I just like to put a little bit, kitty whiskers, as I like to call it. And it doesn't look like, look at that, it looks like a, what did you just put on your face? It's like a baby pink. It doesn't look like it will match my skin at all. But once you blend it in with a brush, I'm using the Terra Miyahira 07 brush. This is like just a fluffy blush brush that's angled. Once you blend it into the skin, it turns into, I don't know, more pinky. More pinky blush, and it looks so pretty and natural and youthful. And I love it. It just looks like healthy cheeks. It applies kind of wet, it's a liquid blush, so it's like cooling, but as you blend it in and it dries, like I don't even feel the wetness on my brush anymore. It dries pretty quickly. I tried using the Real Techniques face sponge. I really have to learn the name of this. But with this, since it's so liquidy, it just absorbed all of the product, so I like to use the brush with this. And it's also a no-go with the whole finger thing. I feel like the brush blends it in a lot better than I can with my fingers. I know I've seen a lot of people blend that product in with their fingers, but it's not for me. I like the brush way better. So we are done with the face. Let's move on to brows. I am finishing up this Glossier Boy Brow. It says it has a shelf life of 6 months, and I think we are getting there. I do have this in the shade brown, and this is all I do with my brows. Just a little tinted brow gel, and I like that I don't have to worry about a brow pencil. Just a tinted brow gel, and that's it. Okay, there's that. And 100% recommend. I do have the Well People brow gel also if you want a greener version of the Glossier Boy Brow, and I really like that one too. But I'm really focusing on just finishing this up, and then I will move on to the Well People after I'm done with that too. And then for eyeshadow, I've been super extra with my eye look this month. I have 4 eyeshadows in my project pan. I know. And the 3 of them I popped into this Honeybee Gardens palette. I do have this one in Ninja Kitty. This is the Honeybee Gardens Ninja Kitty right here. It is not in my project pan, but I wanted like a champagne color to go with all of this. And my 4th eyeshadow that's in a project pan, the Tear Me Here eyeshadow, it will not come off of the pan. I've destroyed quite a bit of Tear Me Here products trying to depot it, so I didn't even want to try with that one. So these 3 are in my project pan. That's what we're going to use today with a super fluffy blending brush like this one. I will dip into this one. This is, crap, I just dug my nail into it. This one is Aspen from the Fit Glow Night palette. So I just take that into a fluffy blending brush, tap off the excess, and use it as a transition shade. And then I'm gonna take this shade here, which is again from the Fit Glow Night palette. This one is in the shade Oak. It has like a shimmery finish. I'm gonna take the e.l.f. blending brush, and then I use this as a packing brush. Okay, so there's that on the lid. And then I'm also gonna take a pencil brush that I forgot to bring out here, so let me go get it. Okay, so a pencil brush. This one I have by BH Cosmetics again. It's the number 10, but it's like a pencil brush like that. And then I'm gonna go into that first shade and line all of my lower lash line with that. And then that second shade that I put all over my eyelid, and this just on the outer half of the lower lash line. And then I take the Tear Me Here in number 10 brush, just a smaller blending brush, not quite as fluffy as this one. So like that. And then I would dip it into this Kjaeir Weiss eyeshadow in the shade Earthly Calm, just very lightly, like that. Tap off the excess and apply it to my outer eyelid. I'm not really doing a V or anything, just, I don't know, this is the technique that I like for my eye shape. Do this on the outer. And then I'm going to take that pencil brush, kind of clean off whatever pigments I have on there, and I'm going to dip it into the Ninja Kitty. This is the Honeybee Gardens Ninja Kitty. To just highlight my inner corners. That was a little bit extra and involved, I'm not gonna lie, but I enjoyed playing with these colors all month long. But we're not done. We're gonna move on to liners now. I have the Honest Beauty True Velvet eyeliner in Truly Cocoa, and this is discontinued, very old, from whenever they had this type of packaging. And I don't think they're doing a pencil eyeliner anymore. They have the liquid eyeliner that they just came out with, but this is in my project pan. I really want to use it up. It's still good. And then I just like to put that on my lash line, my upper lash line. Small little strokes. I told you guys I haven't been into applying a liquid liner because I felt like it's just looked too harsh on my eyes, but I really like how pencil liners look up there to just give me a little bit more definition. And this is so easy. Super pigmented. I wish that they would bring this back. Super pigmented, and since I have hooded eyelids, I don't like, watch, whenever I open my eyes like all the way, the eyeliner part touches the hood on my eyelids, but it does not transfer. I kid you not. I don't know why they got rid of this. I think whenever they first discontinued this, Cheryl from the Free Range Diva, she has this in a nude shade that she likes to use on her waterline. This was a long time ago. We had that conversation. I said it was discontinued and she was disappointed as well because this is so good. I don't know why they did that. But speaking of nude eyeliner for the waterline, I have this one in Bare by Pacifica, also in my project pan, and this is like a nice nude shade that I like to use on my waterline. Don't look if you get squeamish. So there's that. It doesn't look very harsh, not like a white eyeliner, on my skin tone anyway, but it just gives you an illusion of a brighter eye. And anytime that I put a dark color on my waterline, it just makes my eyes look smaller. I have another eyeliner by Pacifica. This one is in the shade Jet, so this is like a black eyeliner, but this one I'm gonna use to tight line. This is so easy to tight line with too because it's so creamy. That's all I have to do, just like a couple, maybe 2 or 3 passes. I always tear up whenever I do this because it tickles my eyelids. These two together, I think like it looks gorgeous. But at the end of the day, the black does smudge onto my lower lash line, which I don't mind, but it just gives it like that nice worn in look, I guess. It's not awful or anything, but it does stay on my waterline. It doesn't smudge onto my eyelids, so, I mean my lower lash line. Yeah, it just stays in my waterline, so I really like that. And then I feel like I did something else. Oh, yes. I took this Honest Beauty eyeliner again and just kind of smudged this very, very close to the lash line, just on like that much of my eyes, the outer quarter. So that's it for the eyes, except mascara. I have the Honest Beauty mascara here, my ride or die mascara for a couple of years now, a few years. I'm gonna apply the primer first. I have a couple more eyeliners or mascaras in my collection. And I'm at the point where I'm just like, why am I trying all these new mascaras? This one just gives me the type of lashes that I like, which is nice in what we call the spider leg lashes. It doesn't smudge. It's like $12 for something that I have to buy or replace every 3 months. The price is right, I think. I can't talk and apply mascara and brow gels. I'm gonna speed through this. Just kidding. I didn't get to speed through that because my battery died. But I just put it on the charger for a short amount of time, so let's go ahead and just finish the lips really quickly. This month, I focused on using the Axiology lip crayon in the shade Enduring. That's what it looks like. And I really like this. I do have this in the project pan. That's what it looks like. I feel like it's more of a fall color, but I really like how it looks. And then I top it off with the Au Naturale lip gloss in the shade Passion Fruit. That's what it looks like, to give it a little bit more of a glossy finish. Because this one I wouldn't say it's a matte lip crayon. It's actually very creamy. But I think with the lip gloss applied on top of it, not even like all over, just in the middle of your lip, it gives you an illusion of a poutier lip. I learned that back in my Victoria's Secret days. But yeah, that is the finished look. I hope you guys enjoyed. And let me know in the comments below if you like this type of a format better. I think this is a lot more fun, so that way you get to see the products in action instead of me just sitting there talking about them like, you know, like how I used to. But that is gonna go ahead and complete today's video. Thank you guys for spending a little bit of your day with me. I will just see you on my next video. Bye.